Hello, everyone. This is the, which one should I do first? Let's do the independent project. So, independent project, I'm not sure if I explained this in all my classes or if I explained it to any of them. So, here we go. The independent project is the project that you're going to work on when you finish other projects early. Since I would say like 85% of the time, people are done projects like a few days early. Some are done even earlier than that. So if that is you, if you are somebody that works quickly, then this is something that you will be getting very familiar with. This does not mean you have to rush through your project, and if you don't finish early, that's totally fine. But this is just for those who do finish early. Okay, so this is where we're heading. This is the project. This doesn't mean you have to do the same cartoon character that I picked. There's also these down here. This one's actually a pretty easy project. So I think you guys will be pretty good at this. All right. So for this project, here's what we're going to do. We're going to Google. You're going to find an image of a cartoon character, but you do not want a real image. Like, I'm trying to think. Okay, if I want, let's say I wanted to do, you know what? No, Mickey Mouse is probably better than Mickey Mouse. Okay, I can't type. So let's say I wanted to pick Mickey Mouse, right? So I would want to find an image like this, like a cartoon image. This is what I'm talking about. This is a real life. We don't want this. This is going to be so complicated. So whoever you do pick, make sure it's a cartoon image like this, right? Like this. If it's more than one person or character, that's fine too, as long as it's cartoon. Like something like this probably would not work either. Something like this would definitely not work. This too, definitely not. Not sure what that is, but that would not work either. So you get the idea. If you're confused about it, just let me know. I can just ask me and I'll tell you. So I'm gonna do. Let's find who's my favorite cartoon. I don't really have one. I'll just do Pikachu again. Pikachu. He's pretty easy. All right. So if you're looking for Pikachu, we're not gonna do this one. It's a cartoon, but this is too small. He's not the real one. You could do something like this. You're just not doing the background. You're only doing the character. This, no, real life. So I'm going to choose this one. I'm going to copy it, right click, copy image, go to Photopea. Oh, we have to make a document. New project. Hello. Okay. New project. You can write independent and then your name. Some of you are literally writing your name. No, write your actual first name. Like my first name is Ava. So if this was my project, I would be writing this. I'm not writing your name. This is just the example. So write your name, not the word your name. You're gonna change pixels to inches. Width, let's do 8.5. Come on. Oh. And height is 11. DPI is dots per inch is 300, so it's not pixelated. Background can stay white, and then once this is all good to go, click create. Here we are. So since I already copied my image, I can just go to edit, paste, or control V. I'm on my Mac, so mine is command V, but it's the same thing. And here we are. So I am going to stretch this out to fit the whole screen. So normally you would do edit, free transform, right? But this is a little hack, I guess, as you guys say. You could click the transform controls button right here. It's like a little checkbox. And it's the same thing as edit, free transform. It's just the only thing that's a little bit annoying about this. I'm going to click enter and he's there. Is that you have to click it off every time, because if you don't, it'll just always be there. Okay. He's here. He fits the whole screen. I'm going to rename this layer 1 to original. It is very important that you name this because eventually we're going to have like 8,000 layers on this. So you want to make sure you can tell the difference. And I'm going to go ahead and lock this too. So I'm going to right click. Can I do that here? I can't. Let's see. Can I do it this way? I remember how to do it on Pixar, but not Photopea. All right. I'll figure out how to do it and I'll let you guys know in a second. But, okay. I have my image. I am going to, so this is the part that gets a little confusing. So bear with me. I'm going to write these directions down too. You're going to choose a letter. It can be any letter. I usually just choose the letter that the character is, right? I'm going to zoom in. I can't see. Just Control plus is to zoom in. I'm going to click on my text tool. I'm going to click somewhere on the image. Doesn't matter where. It's going to start loading, right? It turns out really small. So I'm going to just do capital P because Pikachu. You can just leave it black. It's fine. You can leave it this size. We'll fix it later. Unless it's really small, then I guess you could just make it big enough so you can see it. Oh, hang on. It will not change size unless you highlight it, so make sure you do that. All right, click the check mark, and here it is. Don't try to click on it again because it's going to just make another text box. Click on the move tool. Now we can move this around. So you're just going to put this anywhere. I don't know. I'll start right here on his head. We're going to be copying this P like until it fills up the character, right? Just like this. Same exact image. That's all filled with the letter P. So in order to do that, it has to be the right color. Here's what we're going to do. You're going to click on the paint bucket tool, which is probably right, if you right click on the gradient tool or you click and hold, paint bucket tool is right there. You're going to go to your color picker, the top box. Mine is red for some reason. Click on that. Click on your character. And then look, it picks up the exact color that it's supposed to be. It's just like magic. So once it picks up the color, click OK. And now you have to do this carefully or it's going to paint your entire like canvas. So if I want to make sure I click right on the P. Text layer must be rasterized. Okay, if it tells you your text layer must be rasterized, we can just rasterize it. Right click and click rasterize. Now I should be able to paint on that. So I'm in my paint bucket. Okay. Right. It disappeared because it turned the right color. So if this happens and you don't click directly on the letter, this is what's going to happen. So just Control Z, undo, zoom in so you can see it. If you hold on the space bar, you get this little hand and you can drag it around like this and it won't like mess anything up. So just make sure you're clicking right in there. Okay. I can't see it. I'm going to fix that. I'm going to click on my original. I'm going to lower the opacity to 50%. Oh, I found out how to lock it. And then you can click this little lock button while you're at it. Lock your original. That way it doesn't move because eventually it's going to start moving. Go back to your P, and now you can see what you're doing. I'm going to move the paint bucket. Make sure you click the move tool. Now I can move this guy around. So, easiest way to do this. We're duplicating the layers. What we're not going to do is copy and paste every single time because that would take forever. So, on your keyboard, if you click Control J, nothing happens. Then you move your arrow keys, and look, another P appears. I'm just going to move it right next to it. And I'm just going to keep doing that forever. Control J, and then you use your arrow keys to move it. For some reason, I don't know if it's a middle school thing, don't know. You guys like to use your mouse and like try to move it around this way. It takes you much longer. Just use the arrow keys because all you're really doing is you're clicking the arrow key like 10 times just to move it over a little bit. And if you want to change your color, so let's say I filled all this up, right? So now I'm moving on to this part of the ear, right? It's a different color. I am going to find my original layer. Bring the opacity back to unlock it. Bring the opacity back up to 100 and do the same thing I just did. Paint bucket tool, color picker, click on the color. There it is. Click OK. And then click on the P. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. This is why the layers are very important. There it is. So a lot of the times, once you start getting a lot of letters, it starts to get a little chummy. So, oh my gosh, what am I doing? I did the wrong layer again. So merging is super important. So when you merge, you should only be merging the letters. You should not ever merge the picture in with it, because eventually you are going to be taking the picture out. So if your picture is merged with your letters, then you can't take the picture out, and then the whole project is pretty much a waste. So to merge, eventually you will have to merge, and if your computer starts getting slow, you have to merge. You're going to click the top letter, and then you're going to hold down Shift, click the bottom letter, and then that selects all the ones in between. Once you do that, you can click Control E, like egg, and it will merge, right? Just like that. That's pretty much it, and then you just keep doing that. For areas like to outline, at the end of this whole thing, I would take my like paintbrush tool and just outline it, so you don't have to like worry about that. Same thing with like little features like the eyes and the nose. Like I think in this one, I just colored in the eyes and the nose at the end of it because it didn't really fit right. So those things, that's fine. And everybody's is different, so you don't have to make a rule about that. And another thing that you don't want to do, because this will result in points off, and I can tell, is you do not want to do a bunch of letters in a row like this and try to just keep copying the row, because I can tell and they don't fit how they would fit like that. So please don't do that. And I can also see it in your layers. So that's it. If you've been working on this and you need to save it, you are not going to finish this in one day. Don't try to finish it in one day. You need to save. So we're going to do File. We're doing the new way. Publish online. PSD, because we're still working on it. Click OK. The page will refresh. Do not click 100 times. Once you click OK, you got to give it a minute. It's going to refresh, publish. There we go. And it gives you this link with all these random numbers and letters. And there's your project. All the layers are there. Everything is there. You're going to copy the link, copy this link, and you're going to go into your Google Classroom. Yep, not my Google Classroom. Oh my goodness. Of course, I'm not even in there. Go to your Google Classroom and put it in the link that is, let's see. I believe, what did I call it? I think I called it like Project Links. I don't know. Let's see. As I sign in here, I should be good. Wrong password. Haven't used this Mac in a long time. All right, so if I'm going into Classroom, it would be, and I think I posted this on everybody's Classroom. If you don't see it, let me know, but I'm pretty sure I did. Right up here, links. They're all different because they're all different classes. You would put your link right here. And that's it. And then the next time you come back, your link is ready. So that is the independent project. That's how you start it. And this is pretty much the same thing you do the entire time. Oh. And if you have any questions about that, just let me know. But happy duplicating, and can't wait to see them when they're done.